you may be a little bit surprised if you just have a look over here. I don't know if we can, but that Isabel Lang is...
having a moment.
You look like a
Quite
stenographer in a court this morning, because you're clasping an original ZX Spectrum.
I haven't seen this. I don't know, how long is it that I probably had this?
Quite a long
30
time
years.
ago, yeah, a long time.
I love the squidgy keys, the way they move, the little rainbow.
She's been ever so quiet in the corner here for quite some time.
I learnt the name of my colours from the keyboard, cyan, magenta. I played Slippery Sid on this.
But if you pass it over, Isabel, the difference is, right, you have to give it back. What is the difference between that one, there you go, and that one?
So
and the answer is, this one's new.
Yes.
Tech expert Julia Hardy.
Yeah, this is the recreated ZX Spectrum. So this is a company called Elite Systems, who basically did a Kickstarter, because everyone loves a Spectrum. It brings, I mean, literally, you were just sitting here for like 5 minutes, just touching the keys. It brings out quite an emotive, evocative feeling, I think, in a lot of people, because you spent so much of their childhood mainly waiting for things to load, to be fair, making sandwiches in between. But this one is effectively, it's a Bluetooth keyboard that then you can attach to your computer or to your tablet, and you can then play old Spectrum games. There's another one actually coming out as well from actually from Sinclair, Clive Sinclair, which is slightly different. It's more of a pared down version. It's not like a recreation, as it were, but they're sort of slightly different. So this one's more, you know, it's a peripheral. So you use it you can use it as actually a keyboard as well as for playing games. And the Clive Sinclair one will basically, it's more like the games are within, you know, inside it. So you just play the games from there.
So what sort of games will this play?
Spectrum games. There's theoretically 14,000 they could choose from. There are a lot of Spectrum games, but you won't have the loading times, which was the kind of classic thing where you'd have to listen to this kind of scratchy tape noise for about 20 minutes.
I can't remember that.
You can't remember that?
No.
You see, but
I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah?
Yeah,
I can't remember anything bad about it.
It was out of this world at the time, but now it is so retro and so backward.
Very retro.
What is the appeal to youngsters? Why would they want this rather than their Xbox or their PlayStation?
Okay, so I think, well, the main thing is, first of all, people who knew the Spectrum the first time round want to kind of go back and play those games. No one wants to wait the loading times, so they can go back and do that. But I think, especially for kind of dads who are into games and mums who are into gaming, and now they have kids, and you kind of want to show your kids where it came from. Because the games are a lot simpler, they're a lot easier for younger kids to play, so kind of you can play it as a family, which is quite fun.
What is the appeal in retro stuff? Because, I mean, a lot of the days, it's just weird because it just looks identical.
So turn it on, it still works.
Does this still work?
Yeah, turn it on the top, just the top one there. I mean, that is so old.
A
And it still
Nintendo
works.
Game Boy, and the best thing is, it says on the side, Julia Hardy. Did you take it to school?
I did take it to
I had to do exactly the same thing.
I was going to steal it, yeah.
I never had one of these.
Oh, you missed
I
out.
loved mine.
Yeah.
Can you hear that?
Tetris.
So this is how well tech was made in those days. You know, before we had kind of planned obsolescence and things didn't really last terribly long.
Can you concentrate, please?
Sorry, but
Speak
It's
it.
just Tetris.
It's rubbish, isn't it? It's rubbish.
It's not rubbish. Tetris is still an amazing game. It's the perfect game. You can never get bored of it.
I think I had Game & Watch, was it?
Yes,
With a
the
little
little
octopus or something.
Look at this handy cartridge to load your gaming on.
So they had, there was a company called Hyperkin, right, who did a kind of April Fool's joke where you could get an iPhone 6 Plus and they made this sort of mock-up where...
Yes,
Did
I
you
saw
see
that,
this?
yeah.
So you could actually put your old cartridges in, and it was meant to be an April Fool's joke, but actually I think they were just kind of testing the water because they wanted to release it. But whether they'll get the licensing from Nintendo or something else, but you have all these old games.
And it weighs a ton.
But doesn't it feel more expensive than something cheap, you know?
I don't know. I just don't sort of know. And the
It
other
still
thing,
works after all this time, so there you go,
That's
see?
value for money.
so the other thing is, I've got my fabulous smartphone here, and I can plug this in.
So you can look like retro cool. Oh, you look like someone from the Avengers.
Can I call? Will it work then if I
Yes.
call someone?
Yes. It's just a
Who are you calling? Who are you going to wake up at this hour?
I'm going to call my nephew, but he probably won't answer because he'd be at school or on his way.
So we'll just wait while you... It's all right,
I've got his
carry on.
voicemail. Oh, isn't that funny? There you go. But why would you want that?
People love retro kind of nostalgia. You can buy really old style
That's
phones
walking
now.
down the street like this. That's something from Cagney and Lacey, isn't it?
I think that's better. I just think it looks weird if you're talking to nothing. You might as well have a handset.
Oh, how many people do you bump into walking down the street who you think are talking to you and they're actually just talking into sort of
The first time I ever saw that, I remember I was in Wembley and I honestly thought the guy had gone insane. It was when the first kind of headset things had come out, and I was like, that guy's talking to himself. I was like, we should need to cross the road. look a bit weird. But people love kind of nostalgic tech. It takes you back to the past.
I'd use that at home.
Someone's just sent me a text saying, call me, but I
No idea who
I don't know who it is because the number isn't stored in my phone. So I
Call
don't
them
know
on
who
that,
it is.
live on TV.
No,
No?
Could be a disaster. Could be a disaster. Fabulous. Thank you. I love it. It's great to have you on the show, as always. What about some retro weather?
What, with the magnetic symbols?
Yes, please.
Let's see.